Good morning, 410 Sierra Tango here. We're
Southwest 1017 Washington Center, you can expect higher south at daily.
And Richmond is currently
Washington Center, Roger.
63-minute-old weather. Calls for light winds, 5 miles visibility and mist, 200 overcast, and the flags are red on the trip display for all the neighboring airports. So if we can't get in, we need to go back to Martin State. And since they're using runway 16, which has a DH 200 AGL,
Charlie 5.6 for 9,000.
That'll be the runway du jour here on TrackMax. And we'll make that request. And then we'll be landing to the southeast. We've loaded the approach. By pressing procedure, selecting the approach, selecting runway 16 ILS, and even though I would ordinarily load the full approach, in this case I'm going to load vectors to final. And the reason is that the full approach calls for procedure turn outbound at the initial approach fix, which is also the final approach fix, FBUG. Now we look on the chart on the plan view, we can see that that's so.
Southwest 1865, climb 18 for level 260.
For that reason, I'm loading vectors to final, because I know
1017, climb 18 for level 220.
So we've activated, we're not going to flip or flop yet because we're still using GPS, so we can't set our ID, so we'll do that last as well. We'll go back to trip now, see if our weather's improved. It has not.
490 Delta Charlie, climb and maintain 15,000.
Still showing 5 miles, 200 over.
Charlie, and requesting direct calling.
Sir Delta Charlie, Roger, request.
All right, now we've been told to expect the ILS runway 16.
Morning, Boston,
So let's brief the approach, starting with the briefing strip. This will be the ILS runway 16 into Richmond, Virginia, KRIC. Vocalizer is 110.7, and without penalty, I'm going to go ahead and flip that into the Garmin, the number 1 Garmin now. I'm going to mimic that on the number 2. Final approach course, 156 degree, and Garmin agrees. The glide slope FBUG is 2,333 feet. Decision altitude is 376 feet. MSL, airport elevation is 167, giving us a DH of 200 AGL. No radar altimeter, so nothing to set there.
Pat 1202, this is maintain
Profile view is unremarkable. We're allowed to go down to 2,500 until established, providing we get the vectors to include that, and then descend with the glide slope at FBUG. At that point, we'll lower the gear, notch the flaps, and settle the power back to 20 inches or so. Straight-in landing minimums for the full ILS.
At 1202, contact Potomac approach, 119.85, good day.
Same for all categories of aircraft. RVR 2400, half a mile, which we've been promised, and a DH of 367, which we anticipate will be right at minimums. Now, we were just assigned a heading of 250, vectors for the localizer, down to 7,000. So we're doing that now. And now that's the H word, of course, heading. So we're going to verify we're activated. So we're going to activate the approach. Flip the frequency, we've already done that. We're going to flop both GPSs to VLOC. Verify the course is set.
Potomac King Air 973 Sierra Charlie is level at 10,000.
And we're reminded on the briefing page that the final approach course is 156. And indeed, Garmin has that loaded in there, 156. We're going to ID the approach course. It's a 110.7, course 155. VLOC is on nav1. So the next thing we're going to do is hear the C word cleared for the approach. And when we hear that, we'll be ready for the approach. We're kind of on a wide, long base left base now for the runway. We're going to go ahead and move to the north up mode so that my chart
approach, good morning, Aero
and my
145, Tango checking in
depiction on the map.
Aero 145,
Agree.
Tango, Potomac approach, Richmond
We can
altimeter
see
3014.
3045,
left
Tango.
base.
51 Tango.
Alright, we've been assigned 220 for the intercept. Curiously, we're still not even in the
As soon as I
clouds.
get you west of Victor 33, I can turn you north.
Preaching minimums.
51 Tango.
200 overcast.
Freedom
5 miles.
07, contact Potomac approach on 119.85. Have a good morning.
1985, Freedom 07.
Let's see what happens. We're all set. We flipped, we flopped, we set, we ID'd. All we need to do is arm the approach.
JetBlue 1280, contact Washington
On
Center
the
on 133.9.
55X.
33.9, JetBlue 1280, good day.
Marker is armed on the audio panel. And it's time to bring up the chart. We should be coming onto the chart here. I'll switch to the night view. Be coming on the chart here momentarily. I'll switch back to map until we do. Okay, so again, we're
you got a
not even in the clouds yet, but we've been cleared for the approach and turned to
Mike Oscar
190.
Delta Echo Lima.
Still in the
on the
descent,
Collin Ford departure.
3,100 going to 2,500.
Roger, Pretty American.
Now my preference is not to descend on a glide slope, but as long as I'm well below it, I'll continue to the assigned altitude. If it looks close, then once I have a live localizer, and a centered localizer, I'll go ahead and hit the ALT button on the STEC 55X so that the glide slope captures. If I fail at that and I don't catch it in time, the STEC 55X will arm manually. From up here we go, we have a live localizer needle, and Uncle Otto is making the turn. We're still not even in the undercast yet at 2,700 descending. So I'm going to tighten the turn a little bit, override the roll clutch just a little, so because we're going a little faster in the descent and we're tending to go a little further than we ought to. And now back to the right for the capture. That's looking pretty good.
Freedom Air 3, contact Washington Center 133.9.
33.9, Freedom Air 3, see ya.
Okay, we're leveling at 2,500. Right here. Boom, we have the glide slope armed, just as the altitude light lights. And
Number
PS light goes
410 Sierra Tango, contact Richmond Tower 121.1.
21-1, so long. 410 Sierra Tango, thanks. And Richmond Tower, Malibu 410 Sierra Tango's 5 from Feebug.
Malibu 410 Sierra Tango, Richmond runway 16, clear to land.
Cleared to land, runway 16, 410 Sierra Tango. Okay, use the C word, so the fuel pump comes on, landing light comes on, we have a clearance. Pulse lights below 10,000 at all times, nav and strobes at all times with power applied to the bus and the engine running. The pitot heat is on, we anticipate visible moisture, so I've gone ahead and opened the
Sherry
alternate
29,
air.
Richmond Tower, yep, ready.
Sherry 29, yeah, we're ready.
Traffic's on at
Power
11 mile
set.
final, cross 20, runway 16, flighting
Glide
220,
slope is
clear for
not
takeoff.
alive yet.
220, clear for takeoff, yes, sir, 29.
Runway 16.
Alright, clear for takeoff, 16, yes, sir, 29.
There's our chart view. I'll switch to day, I think that'll be better. Maybe dim this down just a little bit. And remove the labels. Glide slope is alive. Just at the tops of the clouds here. are set at 25 inches. We'll reduce that to 20 once we go down. Alright, glide slope is centered. We're looking for the altitude light to go out. It did. Now we're looking for an indication of a descent on the VSI. We got it. Go down, gear down, and 1 notch of flaps. Powered at 20 inches. If we were in the Meridian, we'd be using 300 pounds of torque at this time. And down we go. We're going to turn the labels back on, and we're going to go back and review our DH 367. 2,000 to go. Inches of power. We're settling right into about 125 knots with a slight headwind. Now, we do have an ALSF, a medium intensity approach lighting system with a reel. So we know what we're looking for.
29, connect departure, good day.
That approach lighting system
829, good day.
is a half a mile long. And from the middle marker, which is at the end of the lights, to the threshold.
Tango, just for information, transponder appears to have gone in up.
All right, we'll check on it. Thank you.
Looks like it's back now.
Okay, it's showing working to me.
Just verify 1,500 feet.
I'm showing 1,400 now.
Thank you.
To go. Now DH, we're going to look for the runway, and if we have the lighting system, we'll take advantage of the additional 100 feet. And since we're expecting to break out right at minimums, we should be good to go. And again, a Mauser with a middle marker means when we hear the marker, and the marker is on, the audio portion, we'll have a half a mile from the runway and be over the far end of the lights, so they should be clearly visible. I haven't asked the
500,
but they have almost certainly got the lights on high, so we'll see how it goes. 400 to go. S-Tech 55's tracking pretty good. Airspeeds come back a bit. I'm going to look out the window now, expecting any minute now to get to the marker. 50 to go. I have the lights. I'm coming off the autopilot, adding another notch of flaps. I have the threshold. And here we go. We have 3 green. We have full flaps. And the runway's in sight. We have a clearance. Runway appears clear. So we'll continue the landing. 90 over the numbers. 85 in the flare. And we'll set it down right here. And for the rollout, we'll use beta, back pressure, brakes, and
Bravo 0 Tango, if you're able to make the right on 25 and where you parking.
right on 25, requesting hotel to Kilo to Millionaire.
I'll do taxi on 25, hotel, and report on off runway 16.
Taxi 25 to hotel, report off of 16, Wilco. 4100 Sierra Tango.
Tower Freedom 61, hold short 20.
Roger.
Pump coming off. We'll leave the landing light on and taxi lights for the taxi. Hots are coming off. We'll leave the alternator alone for now. Making the right on to 25. Switch this to select chart. Let's go ahead with Display the airport. Display airport, there it is. Ooh, that was easy. And we can see clearly we're on 25. And tower 410 Sierra Tango is clear 16.
Thank you. Advise short of runway, correction, hold short of runway 20 on hotel and advise when you're there.
Hold short of 20 at Hotel Wilco, 410 Sierra Tango.
Firm 61, right wind, cross 20, runway 16, fly runway heading, clear for takeoff.
A right
Cross
turn
20,
on Hotel.
clear for takeoff, runway heading, Freedom Air 61.
And hold short at the hold short line for 20. We're right on time. Taxi diagram works out quite well for the taxis, and you can zoom it to suit your particular prescription. Gonna take the day-night lights today at this time, since the sun has come up on us. After we get the permission to cross 20, we'll make an easy left, and then a hard left onto Kilo, and a right to continue on Kilo. Coming up on the crit line here. I'm going to stop there because its weather is low. Tower 410 Sierra Tango Hotel and holding short of 20.
Sierra Tango, right to cross 20, report crossing complete.
Cross 20 Wilco, 410 Sierra Tango. So when the weather's low, the tower can't always see the aircraft taxiing, so they'll ask for those reports. Some airports have,
61, connect park
like
today.
JFK
Park
has
today,
spots. They're actual numbered spots, big painted numbers that they'll ask you to report spot 6 or spot 1. That's a specific point at on a taxiway. Tower 410 Sierra Tango is clear at 20 and all runways.
Sierra Tango, thank you. Contact ground point 9er.
So long, thanks, Air Tango. Ground 410 Sierra Tango is taxiing Kilo to, request taxi Kilo to Millionaire.
Thank you, taxi to parking. Let me know when you're clear of the taxiways.
Wilco, thanks. Taxi to park 410 Sierra Tango.
Crash, good morning, Dorney Airjet 328 Whiskey Whiskey at Millionaire to downtown St. Louis.
Welcome to Richmond.